Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. Today I'm showing you how I created this look right here. It was inspired by Kylie Jenner's nail look. Okay, so first off, I am starting off by spraying her hands with some alcohol. I'm just making sure that her hands are nice and clean and prepped for the full set. Next, I'm going in with my cuticle pusher and I am just pushing back your cuticles. You want to make sure that you're gentle and you don't want to do this too hard, but you do want to expose any dead skin that might be on the client's nail bed. Okay, next I'm going in with my Melody Susie Scarlet drill and my 180 sanding band, and I'm just removing any shine from her nail and also getting rid of that dead skin that we made visible. I'm going around her cuticle. I move my drill from right to left and I'm just making sure that there are no shine spots on her nail bed. And we're just really wanting to get super close to her cuticle and removing anything that might be on that nail bed. You want to make sure that you really take your time when you're doing this with a client, because you don't want your acrylic to lift. So this is a really important step. Okay, so here I'm just sizing her nail tips. We had to use round tips for the look. Kylie had round almond shaped nails in the picture, so here I'm just sizing them and cutting them to the desired length, which is basically the same length that Kylie had in her picture. So I'm just fast forwarding through this. Okay, so after all that cutting, I am finally going in with my KDS nail glue and I'm just basically putting the tips on her nails. When sizing the tips for your client, always make sure that they're going from sidewall to sidewall. The tip shouldn't be smaller than the nail and they shouldn't be bigger. So if you have to go in and file it down in order to get it to measure correctly, go ahead and do that. Here I went in again with my Melody Susie Scarlet drill, my 180 sanding band, and I'm basically just blending that nail tip into her natural nail. You want to make sure that you do this seamlessly. Alright, and next I'm going in with my file. It's a 100-180 file. And even though these tips were already pre-shaped, I still went in and I wanted to kind of shape it some more. So I'm doing that really quick. And before finishing, I just went in and made sure that all my nail tips were the same in length. And then I went in with my Young Nails Bond, and I'm just applying that all over the natural nail. Alright, and now I'm going in with my Young Nails monomer and my Young Nails Cover Peach acrylic. And as you guys know, I use my 3-point ball method. Sometimes I use 4 or 5 if I need it, but basically I just pick up beads and start from the bottom, the tip of the nail, then the apex, and then by the cuticle. In this video, I am using my EV Nails size 16 brush, and it's pinched. You always want to make sure that you're shaping your nail as you're laying down your acrylic. Also cleaning up around the cuticle area. That's very important. Because if you get any product near the skin, you're definitely going to get lifting, and you don't want that. So here I'm just laying more acrylic in my apex, wiping down the sides now near my cuticle, and I'm wiping any product that might get close to the skin. And you just basically you add acrylic as you go. And if you're a beginner, I suggest that when you're picking up beads, you just start off small. Don't start off with too much acrylic on your brush because it can be very overwhelming. So if you start off with smaller beads, you can just build up your nail slowly at your pace, your own pace. You don't have to like rush. If you start to rush, you get nervous, and then your nail's going to be lumpy. Your nail might start drying quicker. So just take your time. Don't be nervous. Okay, so after this nail, I'm just gonna let you guys watch what I do. Really quick, I also wanted to mention for this look, Kylie had a very natural color as a base. So like I mentioned, I am using my Cover Peach by Young Nails, but pretty much if you're recreating the look, you can definitely use any nude or natural color that you have on hand, and I think it would work great. If you don't have any nude acrylics, you could also just use a clear acrylic, and if you have a polish that's nude, by all means just go ahead and use that. Alright, so after my color application, I like to go in with a clear acrylic, and I'm using my Core Clear by Young Nails. Basically what I'm doing is just getting some acrylic and going over that nail. I feel like it makes the application look a lot better, but that's just my personal preference. Also, I feel like it protects the color when I'm going in with my drill, so you can do that. Not everyone does that, but it's just what I like to do. Alright guys, so after that I'm going in with my medium safety bit, and basically I'm just using that to go around the smile line and all over the nail. And you just want to make sure that you have a really smooth surface. You don't want any lumps or bumps on your nails, so this is the time to correct that if you did that while applying your acrylic. As you can see, I get really close to the cuticle line. I just want to make sure that there's no product or acrylic touching that skin, and if so, this is the time to correct that. You just take your drill, push it really close against it. If you're using a safety bit, you're probably going to feel more confident because you don't want to hurt your client, you don't want to cut them. So I definitely recommend using a safety bit when you're drilling the acrylic. Again, this is a very important step because you don't want your nail to lift. So you just want to ensure that there's no product. I keep reiterating that, but it's very important because you can have a beautiful set, but it really sucks if your nails don't last long, and it can be very embarrassing, and it's totally happened to me before. So please just take my advice and take your time when you're doing this. Ensure that there's no product or acrylic near that skin, and you should be good. Just take your time, don't stress, and get that nail really smooth. Okay, so now that I have smooth nails, I'm going in with my nail file, and basically I'm just reshaping that nail, ensuring that it's nice and round. Kylie had an almond shape in that picture, so I'm just going in and making sure that my shape is nice and pretty, nice and round, and yeah. Next, I'm just using a buffer and buffing my nails. Again, you want a really smooth surface when you're working with polish. So I'm just making sure that everything is nice and smooth. And then I'm just using a no-lint pad, and I'm just wiping her fingers down to make sure there's no dust or debris on the nails. Alright, so finally we're getting into the fun stuff. Here I am just laying down all the colors that I need for the design. Kylie had pink, black, orange, blue, and yellow and white. So basically I have this little dish, and I'm just adding some polish to it. That way I don't have to keep going back to the actual bottles. Alright, and I'm using my BEETLES gel polish. If you saw my last video, I told you guys that BEETLES was a really good brand. If you ever want to give them a try, I buy them on Amazon. You can go ahead and purchase them. And also, I am using my BEETLES nail art brushes that I just ordered, and this is actually my first time using them. They were really good. I was surprisingly impressed. Definitely recommend them. Alright, and always when you're working with nail polish, just make sure that you have some acetone because you might make a mistake, more than likely, so it's just best to have that ready on hand. So in the picture on her pinky, Kylie had just pink polka dots, so I'm just using a dotting tool and making those. And as you can see, well, as you saw on the right hand corner, that was actually the picture that we were looking at and following. So here I got a little bit off camera, sorry about that, but basically I'm just doing the same thing. She had polka dots, pink polka dots on her thumb, so I'm just placing those kind of randomly. Alright, next I'm going in with orange. So I'm just wiping that nail, making sure there's no dust or anything on it, and I'm using my BEETLES gel polish brush, and I'm just going around that nail. Basically, Kylie just had an orange outline nail, so that's exactly what I'm doing. If you're a nail tech and you're looking for brushes, I definitely recommend these. They were very inexpensive. I think they were like $9 or $10 on Amazon. I will link it below. But these work really well. Like, I was very impressed. And the quality for the price, it's really good, so. Okay, now I'm just going in with my other brush, and this brush I got from Amazon, but I don't know what brand it is. I'm just going in, cleaning up before I cure it. I just like to clean up, making sure there's no polish on her skin. I'm just making it look really perfect, or trying to. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cure that. Okay, so on the other hand, she had these tiger looking orange stripes on her nail. And honestly, do you guys remember back in the day when you would get your nails done and they would draw like these whimsical lines, sometimes in like black polish or white or glitter? Well, yeah, that's basically what it reminded me of. So yeah, I'm just here drawing these lines, little curvy lines that kind of look similar to hers. Alright, so after curing that orange outline nail, I'm going in one more time with that orange color and just making sure that that line looks very crisp and very pigmented. So I'm just doing that one more time and I'm curing that nail. Okay, so here we go. This is actually really fun. When I saw this picture and my client asked for it, I was very excited because particularly I saw these little eye looking designs and I was very excited to recreate them. So here I'm just using my dotting tool and I used white and basically just dotting them all over. And then Kylie had like these eyeball looking designs on her thumb, so I was a little scared to like try those, but I mean, you'll see. First I used my dotting tool in white, and then I used this brush, and I'm kind of like just shaping the eye. So I picked up a little bit more white and just like dragged it into the eye, making like little triangles kind of. But yeah, it looks hard, but it really isn't. I thought it was gonna be very complicated, but no, not at all. It's just very simple. And right before curing this white color, I just took my brush and I cleaned the bottom of what was supposed to be my eyes. So I just wanted to make sure that the bottom was really straight. In the design, the top was covered with black, so it really wouldn't matter. I just wanted to make sure that the bottom was really clean and crisp before I cured it. So that's what I'm doing, just using some acetone and going in with the brush and making sure those lines are really detailed. Okay, so here I am using a smaller side of the dotting pen, and I'm just dotting the little eyes or eyeballs onto the nail, and this is so freaking cute. Like, honestly, I had so much fun doing this. Like, it turned out so much better than I expected, and it's so easy. Like, literally anyone can do this. Alright, in here I'm just drawing the top shape of the nail design. There's basically just like a little black outline over the eye, or on top of the eye, like a crease. And these brushes made it so much easier to do this. Like, they're really good. I know I keep saying that. I'm not sponsored or anything. I should be, but I'm not. Alright, and moving on to the next design. She had these kind of like, I want to say cow print designs, but they're not cow because they were hollow. So she had like these weird shape, just basically outlines, I guess, in her nails. They're really cute. So I'm just like drawing some curved shapes in black. And I'm sorry my hand is in the way, but yeah, I had to get very precise. Then I'm going in with my acetone, and I'm just cleaning any imperfection that I see before I cure it. Grabbing my black and just making sure that those lines are really defined before I cure. Okay, and next I'm getting some more black, number 344, saw that, and I'm going in with my larger dotting tool, and it's kind of off camera, and I'm so sorry. This is like the fun part. I was so mad at myself, but Basically, I'm just adding the little black eyeballs on the eye. And honestly, like, these are so cute. I'm getting my brush and I'm just making sure that that black line was very defined and pigmented. And I'm going back to this nail and again just doing the same thing, going over that black polish, making sure that it's really dark and pigmented like Kylie's was. Just outlining it. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the next color, which was yellow, and she just had like this snake kind of pattern. So I just drew some curved lines. And then I went ahead and I let her cure that. And now onto the blue color. So in the picture, I really wasn't sure what this design was. If you look at the picture, you'll see it looks like a little, I'm not sure. I told my client Amber that it looked like a little ballerina shoe because it had like a little blue tip, but it was kind of like curved outward. And then also the right side of the nail had blue, so it kind of went all the way up to this smile line. So yeah, basically I just did my own thing because you can't really tell exactly what it was, but yeah, I just, oh, if you can see it all the way to the right in the video, you can kind of see it but you kind of can't. So I just did my own thing. Kylie had these blue cow prints on her nails, so here I am just taking my blue and my brush and just drawing these little cow print shapes on her nail. And have you guys seen like cow prints on Instagram? Like, they're really popular right now, so I think they're super cute. And I'm not sure who started this trend. I know this picture is kind of old. I think Kylie posted it a couple weeks ago, but I don't think she started it. I'm just saying. Yeah, they're super cute. So now I had her cure that, and I'm going back to the other hand, and basically I am doing the same thing I was doing, defining the color, defining the lines, going over the design one more time just to make sure it's really pigmented. And I got some polish on her, so I'm just going back with my acetone and cleaning up. And see, right, that it looks like a little ballet shoe. So yeah, here I'm going back over the cow print design, doing the same thing again, going over it, defining my shape, making sure it's nice and covered and pigmented. These brushes, like, they really helped me get this design done. I was very impressed. They were really, really good. I keep saying that, but yeah, I was very impressed. Okay, so once I am done going over the design and making sure that everything is nice and outlined, she's curing her hand one more time. And actually, out of all the colors, the blue is the one that is less pigmented, and I'm pretty sure you can see that on video, on camera. It's kind of see-through, opaque. So this is the only color that I had to go in 3 times. but I just really wanted to make sure that it was really pigmented, because Kylie's blue is like super blue and I loved it. It's like a very dark royal blue, and I wanted my client to, you know, have the same design. So you do what you gotta do. Alright, and so Kylie's nails are matte, so I went ahead and I took my matte I can't think, my matte top coat by iGel Beauty. There we go. And then I'm just applying that all over the nail, making sure I get everything covered. Oh, and right before I used my matte, I remembered that I wanted to go over the yellow one more time just to make sure it really pops. So I'm doing that now. And then there was like a tiny spot that needed some coverage. These look so cool. Like, honestly, I love this. It's very artsy to me. Okay, so lastly, I'm just using my iGel Beauty cuticle oil, and I'm just rubbing that around her cuticle and on her fingers. And then I started to apply her other hand, but I remembered I forgot to top coat that one yellow nail, so I went ahead and I did that. Okay, so now I'm just finishing up with that cuticle oil on her hand, and pretty much the look is completed. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I surely did. I was so excited to do this, and it turned out so good. And it's so refreshing, and this look is so artsy. I'm just in love. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, give my video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate your support, and you're free to go follow me on Instagram at Moni Belmos Tips. And yeah, just see you guys next time. Bye.